Hi, welcome to another MikroTik Tech Tuesday. I'm just checking all the flashy lights on the RB5009. If you saw last week's video, I thought, yes, I'll give you a little update this week of what actually happened and where I'm at. Now, good news, everything's working okay. I don't know exactly what went wrong, but if you saw last week's video, you would have seen me try to do a firmware update. I tried to update the Router OS firmware, software, up to the latest stable version, and it did not go well. I don't know exactly why. I even tried to do a net install to try and install everything there. I couldn't get that working. But what was possible is I was able to get the router, it would boot up and I'd be able to access it, but only if I would do a soft reset, which means you wipe off the config. So without any config on the device, it seemed fine. But of course, when you do the update, it tries to keep your current config. So the only hint I have as to what might have gone wrong, and thanks also to your comments on last week's video, gives me a little bit of an idea of maybe what went wrong, and that is that perhaps, yes, the software, the Router OS version that the device shipped with, maybe there was something a little bit wrong with it. Of course, MikroTik aren't going to come out and say that, but what I'm thinking is, did that version of the software somehow create a corrupted config? So when I backed up that config, and then when the device tries to update itself and load that config, it didn't matter what I could do. That old config, no, there's no way it was going to be able to be loaded onto this RB5009. So I did manage to update the firmware, software. What is it? It's OS, the operating system. And it is working, but I wasn't able to use my old config. Now that's a little bit frustrating. So I am going to show you next week some new techniques that I've learned from some of you. Thank you. And I'm going to show you how you can do a backup of the config that you can open in a text editor. Because I had that thought. I thought I'll just open the config up and just read what the values are and reset them. Bit of manual work, but no problem. I've got a reference, so I can do it. No, I couldn't, because it's in gibberish speak. So I need to extract the config in a text-friendly, readable format. I want to show that to you next week. And then, also next week, I'm going to take the plunge and go up to the release candidate. Wish me luck, and I'll see you back here next Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Everything's good right now. Had to set everything up again, but it's all working. Bye.